The apprentice is then told that the pirates in the Kellic system had captured a member of the Trade Federation, a valuable pawn that Sidious would like to leave on the board. Maul arrives in his scimitar and makes quick work of their ships, but grows frustrated at his master's restraints. A room full of goons are effortlessly cut down, while Maul was just thinking about his lust to kill a Jedi, and the dark side seems to have rewarded this, as one of the pirates confuses him for a Jedi and desperately begs for his life, telling the Zabrak that he knows of a kidnapped Jedi Padawan that was going to be sold at a slave auction. Concealing this information would mark the first time that Maul deliberately disobeyed Darth Sidious. Wanting to go and kill this Padawan, he needed to keep his new side mission a secret, so he murders the Neimoidian he was sent to rescue, thinking to himself, my master has his secrets, so too do I have mine. So take him to the infamous crime-infested world of Nar Shaddaa. As he entered the cantina on the so-called Smuggler's Moon, he thinks to himself something that will prove prophetic. My life ends only when my rage has been vented, when my need for vengeance is satisfied. The patrons were beaten for their refusal to provide intel, knowing that if he ignited his crimson blade, word would spread, perhaps even to one of Sidious's countless informants. Once defeated, a group of bounty hunters introduces themselves, saying they know the criminal Maul was asking about. Aurra Sing, Cad Bane, Vordilo, and a Chadra fan named Tek Tek had killed a crew that was heading to the auction. With some plying of the protocol droid, it agreed to lead them to the Draxel system. Zev Zexris's event was a who's who of criminals, with many organizations that Maul would later come to bring under his control. As the hostess explains the main item, Maul's Dark Eye probe droid reports to him that it has located the prisoner. He is now face to face with his enemy, able to kill one of those from the Order that had killed thousands of Sith. He basked in her primal fear, but was interrupted by Zrexis and her retinue of droideka guards. Even for Maul, in these close quarters, with those heavy blasters and shields, he might not make it. And as he left the Jedi, he mused that ironically he was seeing that immense patience and restraint was required, even for a simple mission as this. And he grants that Sidious's grand plans within plans require even more patience. But still, he should find ways to allow Maul to kill. The bounty hunters figure out who won the auction and sneak aboard the Mugen ship and incapacitate the crew. As the winners arrive, they are swiftly killed by Maul. But it's his manipulation of his cloak around one of the targets that was picked up by the Padawan. She could tell he was a Force user, but sensed that he was no Jedi. She asks if he is a Sith, and Maul confirms, being the first instance of a Jedi knowingly meeting a Sith in over 1,000 years. Maul repeats the line he heard by the long-dead Sith of Malachor, what once was great was rendered small. Padawan Eldracatus tried to show confidence, and baits Maul into a fair fight. Just then, Zrexis sets off an explosive that had been previously planted in the Mugen ship, and announces to the bidders that they can now buy in to hunt down the Jedi themselves. As hordes of hunters descend on them, Maul frees the Padawan and gives her lightsaber. They protect one another, while also knowing that their sabers will eventually turn to each other. She pleads with him to turn away from the darkness, but to no avail. The fight is intense, Maul admits he underestimated her, and she surprised him with a move to cause a small avalanche. But Maul's strength did not fail him. He surged up through the rocks, and the crimson blade of a Sith tasted the blood of a Jedi once more. The first of Maul's Jedi kills, and all behind his master's back. From here he would kill the droid that helped them find the Padawan, pay off his bounty hunter allies, who then dropped him off at Zrexis' flagship. She actually recognized him as a Sith, and Maul knows she must die in order to keep the return of the Sith a secret. He makes his way back to Coruscant, where Sidious abruptly brings up the slain Padawan, explaining that this was all a test, that Maul was supposed to be driven to pursue and kill this Jedi. Maul showed a level of deception, independence, and passion that was necessary to become a powerful Sith Lord. As Maul thinks about the meaning of this lesson, he notes that he only feels a more intense craving to bring down the Jedi Order. And to fill this void, he would go and kill off Force sensitives that he discovered in the criminal elements of Coruscant's lower levels, relishing in the fact that these supposedly enlightened Jedi had overlooked these beings, and that they were being killed by a Sith right under their looming temple on the rich upper levels. Sidious chastises him, but takes him back to Malachor to receive another lesson from their ancient forebearers. Again, the ashes transport his mind, where now he sees himself as a heroic Jedi. He is a savior, embraced with love and praise, but Maul is still able to draw on his rage, and beheads the grateful family. Proud of himself for denying the comforting promise of the light side, he is instantly transported to the battlefront, surrounded by countless Jedi Knights. He snaps out of this vision, and sees that the lesson was that strength alone is nothing. The Jedi have numbers. His master is right to temper his anger with patience.